Hey guys, this is Nikhil from Killer Ranger Gaming and Happy New Year. Today I have an awesome video that will help you improve your game while playing Vanguard. These are going to be a collection of settings that you should change to improve your game, and you'll notice big differences. If this video helps you, give it a like and subscribe to my channel for more awesome content. It really helps the channel, especially if you give it a like and subscribe. Anyways, let's hop right into the content so I can show you some tips that will help you improve your game. So to start off, the first setting that you should adjust is definitely your sensitivity. The standard sensitivity is so slow, you have to change it in the settings. So for your controller or your mouse, you want to just adjust the sensitivity so your movement has more flow, you can see things faster. So what I typically like to go for is 13, but even 10 is pretty good. Just get used to the higher sensitivity and you should be fine. Now, I'm playing on a PS5, you might not have this problem, but adaptive triggers are pretty annoying, so you'd probably want to put that off. You turn off the trigger effect, turn off the controller vibration. It's really distracting, and personally I don't like it. Now the other thing that you want to make sure is off is weapon fire threshold. It basically simulates a gun's trigger, so it's different thresholds to fire different weapons. You want everything to be the same. So just make sure that's off. I think that's only a PS5 controller option, but just make sure that's off. Now my triggers work properly and they're the same for each weapon. The next setting to adjust is your field of view. So basically how far out you can see. So let's change that setting and see what difference it makes. So you see that the amount of objects that you can see on your screen, the amount of the map, is greatly zoomed out, and that will actually help you see a lot more things. The sweet spot is around 100, 210. I put it at 110 personally, so that way I can see a lot more objects on my screen. By default, the map that you see on the top left is usually a circle. You should keep it to square. The reason why is because you can see more of the map this way. So for example, if you change it back to a circle, you see less of the map here compared to when it's a square. So if we change it back to square, it should be good. And you want to make sure minimap rotation is on as well, so whenever you move, it moves your minimap for you. The next thing you notice while playing Vanguard with the default settings is there's a lot of motion blur, especially with aiming down, moving. It's hard to see like people when you're actually doing fast movements like this. So what you want to do is you want to go to settings, graphics, and you want to turn off world motion blur and weapon motion blur off. Depth of field should also be off too, because when you're aimed down, you should be able to see regions that are far away. And honestly, that will improve your game a lot. So now you notice that there's no blur when I turn, when I aim. There's no weapon blur, there's no motion blur, everything's a lot more smoother. So this will definitely help your game. In the default settings when you first start the game, when you normally walk without pressing down your thumbstick or the sprint button, you just basically walk. To make it easier to go from point A to point B, it's better to turn on automatic tack sprint. So what you're going to do is you're going to go to the gameplay tab. You're going to go down to automatic sprint and get that automatic tactical sprint on. Now also for your movement, make sure automatic airborne mantle is on partial. This helps with slide canceling for some odd reason. And I also like grounded mantle to be on as well, but that's your preference as well. Another tip for you guys for slide canceling is in the settings, slide behavior is on hold by default, but put it on tap and you'll be able to slide much faster with the tap of a button. So you just tap the button and it slides just for you, just like that. So you can do it faster, much faster, move around, jump. That's basically how you want to get a jump on your enemies. Something you'll notice is when you move around, when you slide and you recover, you'll notice your crosshair bobs and it's not centered. To fix this and have it more centered, what you're going to want to do is you want to go to settings, interface, and you'll see crosshair bobbing. Just turn that off. The camera is still a little bit shaky, especially when you're slide canceling. So to reduce this or to completely remove it, go to your settings and change your camera movement to less, 75%, or least. That's based on your preference, but check it out. And let's see, now everything's more stable here. You'll see when you slide, there's less movement, less camera shaking, so now you have a much stable movement, much more stable. Now the last thing that you want to do to ensure your map and your visuals look a lot more sharper, to pick up more details, to see where enemies are from farther distances, you want to enable this setting. It is in the graphics section, and it is the Fidelity FX CAS. So if we turn it off, you'll see everything's more dull. If you turn it back on, you see everything's more sharper. So this will actually help your gameplay a little bit more by sharpening everything. You'll see details more clearly, and that way you can pick off enemies from far away or from close range too. Now, one final minor tip is sometimes I find that the music is too loud and I can't hear party chat or game chat. So I just basically adjust the music level. I still want the music to be there because it only lasts like 20 seconds in the beginning of the game, but I still want that lower. So you can play around with these sound settings and to your liking. Those are the most important settings to adjust. Obviously there's more settings that you can play around with, but these ones are a must. These settings will improve your gameplay, your movement, how far you can see enemies, and overall you'll have a good time, a better time than what you were playing with your old settings. So anyways, let me know in the comments down below if these tips helped you, and I'll see you in the next video. Remember to like and subscribe for more awesome content. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a happy new year. Peace out.